And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blue corner, Kane Wynter. And please welcome to the red corner, Toby Aneni.
You understand us? I'm fast with it, he say, she say, didn't know she live, running like V-Day, bro, you ain't going like this. Can't see my club, I see straight, big fudge, from eBay, timeless. I'm calling them a skew fake marinade. We got to stop, celebrate. Everyone should be next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Captain's arm, man, I make key plays. When I'm doing shows, but yeah, all replay. 42 flavors, I'm on a T-break, no side, no back these ways. I'm calling them a skew fake marinade. We got to stop, celebrate. Everyone should be next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Starboy excellence. Them other guys, irrelevant. They all on my dick, I'm celibate. Zoe Crap, it's off white.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this will be three-minute rounds. Fought at the limit of 185 pounds. And introducing first, your fighter fighting out of the blue corner from HAMMA. Please welcome Kane Hurricane Wynter. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner from DNA MMA in New York. Please welcome Toby Aneni.
And here we go, fight number 3 of the evening. Both men brought to the middle here by the referee for the final words. It's an intense stare down, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah, I would say Wynter looks the calmer of the two. Wynter was dancing along, smiling to Aneni's walkout. He was having a bit of a joke there, but there is a serious intensity to this fight.
And here we go, no touch of gloves, straight into the action. Both men happy to stand and trade. Lovely kick there from Aneni to open things and straight in. Lovely duck under, but lovely reversal attempt here from Wynter.
Yeah, Aneni with the double leg, perfectly timed. Wynter goes for that big, like, sacrifice throw style reversal. Kind of hits the fence, unfortunately for him, and Aneni ends up on top. Aneni got a good solid pin here, top side control. Wynter holding onto that guillotine. Don't think he can get the guillotine, but there are escapes you can do from here. I don't think it's necessarily the wrong thing to do, and he's doing one of the right things you can do with it. He's using it to belly himself down and get back to his feet.
Let's go there, that headlock position, but Aneni straight back on that takedown and gets the big slam, much to the delight of the people here at the Middlesbrough Sports Village. It's what the fans love to see, isn't it?
Yeah, that was an absolutely huge takedown. Wynter is now attacking that Kimura. He's got the figure 4 grip. He might be able to get a reversal off of this. He's using it to train it to the armbar.
Both men very rangy here, very long limbs, which of course will then lead to them being able to get them submissions from them sort of positions.
Yeah, I don't think either man can really think they're safe at any point in this fight. Both men have been really going for it. Obviously Aneni with a more wrestling heavy attack. Wynter throwing the big strikes early, attacking the submission attempts a lot, looking for that guillotine, but in looking for the guillotine he nearly gave his hips up, but he's managed to get it.
Looking again for that sacrifice throw, but ends up on bottom.
Reverses it though, uses the bridge.
And gets straight over into mount. Lovely work from the HAMMA man here.
Aneni doing a beautiful job of breaking the grip and getting himself on top. This has been a frenetic pace from people at this weight class.
It certainly has. Just to touch on HAMMA as well, of course, they've produced some fine talent in recent years. Bobby Pallett, of course, coming through the ranks, Ashley Reese as well. And having them sort of training partners just before your amateur debut can only be useful as the two break and go back to the centre of the ring. A wry smile there on the face of Kane Wynter.
I feel like Aneni is looking to find his range to shoot his takedowns again. Wynter looking for that outside leg kick. He's often throwing his backhand to use to switch his feet. A hook kick, very rare strike in MMA.
Twice threatened with that backhand, but not coming to anything. Another leg kick and fired straight back by Aneni, but a shake of the head from Wynter there, which I mean usually suggests it has landed.
Yeah, Aneni does just seem like he's that kind of guy though. He seemed to be enjoying himself. Wynter seems to be that kind of guy. He seemed to be enjoying himself during Aneni's walkout. Aneni just stone-faced, hasn't changed his facial expression once, and another absolutely beautiful takedown from Aneni. His wrestling is amazing.
I was just about to say, I've been so impressed with the timing of Aneni. Little bit of afters here, after the bell there in the first round, but look, the cold face of Aneni. Like you said, Harry, that facial reaction has not changed throughout the whole of the first round. Yes, Kane Wynter is very much enjoying himself in there, but Toby Aneni is just so cold, calm and collected.
Yeah, even when there was that bit of bother at the end of the round, Aneni's face didn't change. Like, maybe a little bit of anger crept onto it, but it didn't really change much. But that was a very interesting first round and a very tense first round. I feel like sometimes in fights, as they start fighting, the tension kind of dissipates and the fight settles in. Whereas I feel like from the pre-fight tension to now, that there is now more tension. It seems edgy now. It almost seems like it's become personal in the 3 minutes of the first round.
Referee pulling both men in here just to have a little chat. Not either man dropping the gears from one another here. I wasn't expecting a touch of gloves there. We didn't get one.
I was going to say, all the referee has managed to do is give them another stare down opportunity.
And we're about to see the result of this here in the second of 3 3-minute rounds, should we need it.
See who has recovered more on the stool between rounds.
Of course we don't know with both. Oh, Wynter now sort of kicking the leg away from under Aneni and again threatening with his guillotine submission.
Slightly better because of the way the fence is. The fence can almost like act like your guard if you can turn someone into the fence with your guillotine. Aneni, I think, threatening the Von Flue choke. There is a Von Flue choke here and he's abandoned it. Trying to isolate the arm different ways, trying to break the grip in different ways.
Chipping away here with sharp shots to the body of Wynter, who's still got the neck tied up.
I was going to say, the positioning doesn't look particularly right, but the actual grip itself looks really strong.
Right in front of his corner is Kane Wynter as he keeps threatening, but Aneni again looking...
a much better bite on it there. He managed to get a much better bite on it, and it put Aneni off going for that takedown for a split second.
What does he need to do then to try and finish it from here?
He needs to get his grip in the way of Aneni's shoulders or get to his guard, which he very nearly did. Aneni read it at that last second and passed over. That was a really clutch moment. Had Wynter managed to lock his guard, we could be looking at a fight finishing sequence, but Aneni did a beautiful job as they were reaching the floor of getting over onto the side where the guillotine isn't as strong. Wynter using it to reverse though.
Lovely work, and this hold on the neck that he seems to have had for the whole, almost the entirety of this second round, it's proven to be pivotal in the sort of direction this fight's going, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's managing to hold the bottom leg in this strange sort of cradle position. Kane's corner, telling him to pass through to the mount. Aneni trying to appeal to the ref.
Aneni trying to appeal to the ref, but Kane's corner sounding here as well, that they need him to do some more work to try and get the finish here.
Yeah, and obviously, as he went for the mount, Aneni read it, started scrambling up.
Harry, as much as maybe the choke hasn't been on, we've seen it being very close. How much does that take out you in restricted breathing?
Well, both men are beautiful shot by Aneni. it takes it out of both men. Like, obviously there's the isometric squeeze of going for the choke, but then there is the fact that you can't really breathe when you're in there. If someone's around your neck, it is a struggle to breathe and get good quality breaths in.
Chipping away at the legs here is Aneni. Both men talking to each other. Aneni asking him to stand to his feet and then diving in to try and get. He's in half guard here.
Yeah, good, strong half guard.
10 seconds to go here, Harry, and I feel like the pace of every single fight, these 3 minutes have not felt like 3 minutes at all.
Yeah, people have been sprinting for 3 minutes solid at a time. This has been a crazy, crazy fight. Crazy card so far.
It certainly has. No chat between the two here at the end of this second round. Both men breathing slightly heavier than they were after the first. But yeah, another very, very interesting fight here.
Yeah, like, interesting one to score that round, because obviously Aneni was on the offense with his wrestling. Did land a few good shots in ground and pound, but his neck was stuck in a guillotine grip for the majority of the round. He wasn't in the most threatening positions a lot of that time, like he was in top side control and stuff, but his neck was in there, so it's interesting to see how the judges are going to look at this and what they're going to give credit to in that round.
Certainly is. But what a fight it's been, and like I just saying to you there, look, we might be on for another decision. That'll be 2 decisions in the finish, but what 3 fights we've had to kick off this card here tonight.
Yeah, the pacing in these fights, well, I was about to say the pacing in these fights. There's been no pacing, they've just went for it the entire time. It's been really impressive.
Oh, here we go, one more opportunity for a final face-off between the two before we get into the third. Touch of gloves then, respect. And look, how much do you earn that respect? I know we said, look, in between, like, after that first round, there was that bit of afters. How much do you earn the respect of your opponent in there?
Yeah, like, you start to realise that they are threatening, they are good. And then there's also just that element of, I'm really tired. You know, like, fighting is just intrinsically very tired, and I think once you get a bit tired, you lose the need for any aggro in your life. Beautiful shots to get in on the hips. Wynter's going for that guillotine again. He's going arm in this time. He needs to try and get to some kind of guard if he's going to commit to it as much as he is. Because I think the main problem has been every time Aneni has managed to get the takedown while Wynter's got this guillotine grip, he's managed to get past the legs fairly quickly.
So interesting to see, of course, with this being an amateur bout, they do only have 3 minutes to do their work.
Another big lift, but he manages to...
looking for a flying knee, come flying front kick, not too sure what Aneni was looking for there.
I believe that's the crane kick. And then Wynter looking for a lead question mark kick.
Nice leg kick there, threatening upstairs, but chipping it into that inside of the back leg of Aneni is Kane Winters.
Aneni deep on the hips again, managing to kind of get past the hips, get past the legs. As Wynter threatens that guillotine, Wynter is now sprawling a little bit more. He's still got that chin strap, he's still going for the neck, but he seems to be defensively wrestling a bit better at the minute.
We've touched on the pace of the fight here, Harry. Of course, they do only have 3 minutes, so how important is it to keep that quick pace up in there?
I don't know, but Aneni has just said something to Wynter's corner. Couldn't quite make out what he said. But he has managed to do another big takedown, get top position. Wynter throwing hard shots from his back though.
And looking to tie up a leg here, can look for maybe a straight leg lock with it being the amateur rules.
Yeah, knee bar would be totally legal.
No foothold there, one referee there with the warning, no foothold and standing the 2 up.
Yeah, I think it kind of looked like he went for a twisting footlock at one point. I think the ref is just going to stand him up out of that kind of advantageous finishing position. It wasn't egregious, he wasn't deliberately trying to break the rules or anything there, it just was very incidental, so I think the refs just took the position away from him instead of deducting a point.
Here we go, 45 seconds left here on the clock in this third and final round between Toby Aneni in the black Allure shorts and Kane Wynter.
Wynter has landed 2 big shots there. Aneni shaking his head, another big shot has landed.
This seems to be where Wynter's looked most comfortable, but once again Aneni timing that takedown beautifully, but Wynter doing a great job here of sprawling and getting us back against the fence.
Yeah, Aneni just timing, getting on the hips very well, just lacking that just that little bit of initial drive to finish the takedown, but then pushes Wynter into the fence and gets the takedown anyway.
Very, very interested to see how the judges score this one with 8 seconds left here on the clock. What a fight this has been. What a pace has it been. And once again, we will, of course, go to the judges' scorecards. Harry, I'm not going to ask you what your unofficial scorecard says, but what did you make of that fight?
I think that was a really, really good fight. Both men showing respect now, both men smiling. Wynter, the awkward, rangy striker, doing a really good job of like throwing his backhand to set up his outside low kick. But I think the real story of that fight is Aneni's wrestling. Whether the wrestling was enough with the modern way of MMA scored to clinch the decision for him, I don't know. But it was a fantastic fight. Both men should be proud of themselves. They should hold their heads high. That was a great fight. Both men did a lot of good quality work in that fight.
They certainly did. A very close fight, a very interesting one. And that's the sort of fight, again, that you think's a different fight. If it was under the pro rules over the 5 minutes, it would be so different to see how that fight plays out.
Yeah, and then some of the positions would have become a bit more threatening, like those positions where Aneni was pushing Wynter into the fence with his head down. Obviously the threat of the elbows makes that a lot more different. But then when Aneni was getting the top position, if he had elbows, that would have changed that drastically. But frantic pace. I did not expect to see middleweights fighting at that pace for the entire duration of a fight. That was really, really impressive.
It certainly was. And look, we have still got the scorecards getting collected in here, which means this could be a very, very close one between the judges. Our MC now making the way around to make his way back into the cage. But Harry, irrespective of the result, both men should hold their heads high after that performance.
Yeah, for debuts, that was a fantastic fight. Both men should be proud of themselves.
And here we go, we'll throw it into the cage now for the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, your judges at ringside have scored this contest 29 to 28, 30 28 and 30 to 28 for your winner, unanimously in the red corner, Toby Aneni.
So Harry, we see 2 30-28 scores there, which we don't see a lot. For those who don't know, can you walk us through what that scorecard represents?
So it essentially means that one of the rounds was considered a draw on 2 of the judges' scorecards. So I'm not 100% sure what round it is, but that goes to show you how tightly contested that fight was. 2 rounds, I mean, 2 judges to score a draw round is very, very rare. But